Hi everyone, Christy Tobis here today and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you've never been here before, welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. So I'm going to show you how I made that card that I just showed. I'm using supplies from Catherine Pooler, who is one of our fabulous sponsors. So as I'm just kind of going through here and showing you some basics of my video, I stamped this adorable image here from the Let the Good Times Roll stamp set, which just came out recently, and I'm just covering it with some clear embossing powder because I am going to watercolor it. I stamped it on watercolor cardstock. I want to mention too, make sure you hop around everywhere. I am giving away a $25 gift certificate sponsored by Jennifer McGuire to Simon Says Stamp. So thank you so much, Jennifer, for doing this. We are also appreciative of all of our sponsors. Thank you, everyone. So make sure that not only you hop around and head over to Justine's blog for all of the rules and all the details and all that good stuff. Please, please support all of our sponsors as well. So I have been watercoloring here. I stamped everything on watercolor cardstock, and now I'm using ink to watercolor. So of course you can use regular watercolors and markers and anything else you can think of, but I love using ink, and I love using Catherine Pooler's ink. I think that is probably what I use the most besides watercolor markers. So you can see I threw my little paper towel in there because I always have a paper towel next to me when I am watercoloring to wipe off excess color and water, and I use that little trash can. I keep it on my desk. It is from Lotsa Style Shop. I'll have links to everything below in case you have any questions about any of these stamp sets, dies, inks, everything like that. Everything will be linked below, so no worries. So I'm just continuing coloring here. So I'll tell you my technique for watercoloring. I basically just lay a wash over the first layer. So a wash is either no color at all, that it's just water, or it's a light color. And then I just come in layer after layer after layer, and I keep adding color. Sometimes I hit it with the heat gun, sometimes I don't really need to. It just kind of depends how much water I've already added. So I personally think this is the easiest way to color in images because I feel like watercoloring is so forgiving. I love using markers, don't get me wrong. I love using colored pencils, but I just kind of feel like with watercolors, if I make a mistake, I can just kind of wipe it away with water and pat it with a paper towel and fix my mistake much easier than I can with some of my other mediums, but that's just my personal preference. So you can see that I just keep going in, and honestly, you can keep working with it until you get what you want. So again, I just kind of think it's really forgiving. I love the stamp set. I thought watercolor would be really kind of like a fun contrast because this should really kind of be in your face. So that's why I chose to do it as well. I'm using the coordinating die. Again, this is called Let the Good Times Roll from Catherine Pooler. And so I just die cut that out with the die that matches perfectly, and I use my purple tape to hold it together. So now I am just going to go ahead and start getting the card ready for assembly. So it's a standard card. I cut a sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper in half, so 4.25 by 11, and then I scored it 5.5. So it's a top folding standard sized card. And then I wanted to put a stamp sentiment on there. So this is from that same stamp set as well, that same Catherine Pooler stamp set. I am just using some Versamark ink here. That's just what I had on my desk that I grabbed. Stamped it on that pattern paper, which is also from Catherine Pooler as well. It all came out. It's a part of this Forever 13 collection that just came out recently. So I've been using it kind of nonstop because I think it's so much fun. I love roller skates. I don't know. I just think they're really cute. So then I assembled everything using, this is some foam tape from Thermoweb. It's black foam tape. So I thought it would work good with this card just because I was using the darker black to really contrast that pattern paper. I thought it would really kind of make it pop. And then when I add sequins on my card, which I'm using the Paisley Park sequins, I use some Zots Bling because that way I don't have to worry for my glue to dry at all. So I just put the little glue dots on there and boom, they're done. And then really the last step of this card is I'm adding a little sparkle to the roller skates. I'm using some Spectrum Noir sparkle markers. It's the clear sparkle. So that was really the last step of my card. You can also watercolor with these, by the way. If you don't want to use a watercolor brush, you can use sparkle markers to watercolor. So pro tip. So here is the finished card. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Make sure to hop to the next person. Please, please, please check out all of our sponsors. Have a great day.